Hey y'all, if you're out there, say hello. Let me know that you can hear me. I'm gonna wait for a couple of people to show up and then I will get started. Happy Juneteenth to y'all out there. I took the day off. I called out black y'all. And I'm gonna tell you, I told my boss I'm calling out because of Juneteenth. I was very specific about that. Hey, Malarkey Free Zone, Nicole, Aaron, B Dizzle. Yes, Nicole, I'm early because I just saw too much bullshit, and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to wait till 5 p.m. to drag people. Let me go ahead and cop on early. I might have to do a second drag later. I don't know. I should be able to cover it all today or in this time. But yeah, I couldn't just. I wasn't gonna be able to go all day. I wasn't gonna be able to go all day. Let me say hi to a couple more people. Um, Melanie in our Luthaza. I think you told me how to spell that, and I might be misstating it. Calistine, Melanie, Happy Juneteenth, Financial Pundit, Shayna. The last 24 hours, yes. We're gonna get a kiki today, y'all. I promise y'all, it ain't gonna be all angry. We're gonna get some keys in. Hey, Jackie, Sean, Robin, Just Information, Shelby, Suzanne, Archbishop, Christine, Will, Jason, Carmen, Courtney. Hi, Mom. My mom is traveling, but I guess she went on ahead and decided to log in. Anthony, and Still I Rise, Selena, Dana. Okay, I got a good little crowd for not this being my regular time. Michael, Kate. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hey, Jason, Rochelle. All right, all right, all right. So, have you heard the news? Amy Klobuchar withdrew from consideration from the VP Veep stakes. But she didn't go out quietly, chill. She went out with a bang. Bang, 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 bang. Pew, 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 pew. Yes, she came. She went out firing shots. Now, I, for one, say hats off to you, Amy. Hats off. I appreciate what she did. I appreciate what she did. I'm gonna try to get to y'all and say hello too, but let me get through this thought right quick because I'll be losing my train of thought. So let me stipulate you a couple of things. Now, first of all, I ain't saying Amy is invited to the cookout shit. I ain't saying all that. I don't get that excited. However, I do appreciate what she did, and I appreciate how she did it because she didn't have to. And people want to point that out. Oh, she didn't have to do that. You're right, which makes it that much better that she did. Which makes it that much better that she did. And let's be clear. When a white woman like Amy Klobuchar, who, if you believe some accounts, was still very much in contention. If you believe what Joe Biden said, if you believe what Congressman Jim Clyburn said, she was very much in contention for the vice presidential ticket. Now her stock has fallen, but for a white woman to step aside, which is what I said, didn't I say that a couple weeks ago? If you want to be an ally, step aside. But for a white woman to step aside and then turn around and say, and it should be a woman of color. She talked to Joe Biden about that privately, but she also went on Lawrence and said it should be a woman of color. That's how you do it. You don't go on a podcast and talk to the blacks, the blackies, and talk to them and tell them how you're an ally and how you want to uplift black women and you want to uplift black people, but then you're standing in the motherfucking way of that happening. Because you want it to be you. You don't want it to be somebody black. You don't want it to be a woman of color. You want to be the overseer. You want to be the one with the power. And you want us to be behind your motherfucking ass. That's not allyship. Now, I recognize that there is opportunistic allyship. I don't have a problem with that. I understand what her intentions may have been. I don't have a problem with that because what did I say the other day? It's not about your intentions as much as it's about the impact. The impact is what counts here. Now, am I getting a cold ass kick out the fact that she probably knew she was knifing the shit out of Elizabeth Warren? Hell yeah, I'm getting a kick out of that. That's very, very I don't want to say catty, but she pulled a Shinsu Art of War on Elizabeth Warren. She said, bitch, if I can't be the first white woman vice president, bitch, ain't gonna be no white woman vice president. She said, not today, bitch. Not this cycle. This is not the cycle for the white woman. I'm sorry. If it ain't gonna be me, it ain't gonna be you either, bitch. I ain't mad at her. She said, bitch, I have been, what was Amy's spiel throughout the whole thing? I've been rated the most. I'm the most productive member in Congress. I've passed 100 bills. I've won every race that I've run. I've won statewide. I'm at a federal level. Elizabeth Warren's passed 10 bills to Amy Klobuchar's 100 bills. So I'm not mad at Amy if she said, bitch, if my 100 bills don't get me to the fucking ticket, then bitch, your 10 bills ain't gonna get you to the ticket either. It's not our cycle this time, sis. I saw a meme, you know, the meme from the Game of Thrones where she says, I want you to tell Cersei it's me. And what was her name? Y'all remember the woman said, I watch Game of Thrones. I don't remember her name. But whatever case may be, she said, I want you to tell Warren it was me. That was her. That was her appearance on Lawrence. I want you to tell Warren it was me. Bitch. She said it with her chest. I got respect for that. Let me go this. I'm gonna revisit this, but let me go ahead and go to some of y'all comments chat because I'm already behind a couple minutes. But I'm gonna get back to Amy. I got some stuff to say. Got some more on my chest. Y'all leave a comment about the woman. Was it Lady Eliana? What was her name? What was her name? ZZ, I thought you were on vacation. I'm off, but I'm still in the house chair. I ain't on that much of vacation. I would love to be in Aruba or some other lit shit, but I'm at home. Mike, hey, Lucky More, Alert, thank you. Pam, Rochelle, Sean, Hope. The blue checks are really trying to ruin Juneteenth. I'm gonna get to that. Hey, Faith, Brooke, Jason. I might be saying the same names twice. Lucky, Anthony, let's see, who else am I missing? I like how they let Amy act like it was her idea. I think it was her idea. I'm gonna give her credit for that. I'm gonna give Amy all the credit. I'm gonna give her credit for things that, you know, are petty, and I'm gonna give her credit for things that are powerful, that are impactful. I'm gonna give her all her credit. I'm gonna give her all her accolades today. Let's see. Nick says, I realized Amy already knew she was out the running, but who else thinks this move was a direct slap back to the 100 Warren stands letter? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Josiah. Lala. Tiffany. El Renee. Selena. Let's see. The blacks. Y'all know I have to put that in. If you don't follow me, if you haven't been following me for a long time, let me explain the blacks. You know how people put that hard K on the black? I don't say, like for me, I don't say blacks. I don't say blacks, whites. I say black people, white people, Latino people. That's how I say it. I don't like blacks. That hard K chair. And if you don't understand the blackies comment, what I said, I had a live the other day talking about the cosmetics. And somebody in the chat said we're not accessories, and I said yes, we're not accessories. Like you could put me on and take me off, like the blackies. I'm gonna put my blackies on today. I'm gonna take my blackies off today. So that's what I say. So when I do this, that's the people treating black people like accessories. The blackies. Okay. Let me get back to my train of thought. Hi Storm, Chandra. I think I already said your name. 2020. Vote is everything. Thank you, A. Sire, Donnie, Chris. Let's see. Kat. Trying to say hi before I get back. Hey, Jose, Gwen. Lady Olena. That's her. House Tyrell. Ooh, she was like, bitch, I'm going down, but I'm taking a motherfucker down with me. Okay. You ain't gonna get no peace in my death shell. Hey, Robin. All right. Matt, okay. I've been calling people out for the past 4 minutes, shit. I hope y'all still with me. Okay. Malarkey says, when should white people say black and when African American? I think you can say black people. I don't think that you ever have a problem if you say black people. If you say blacks, the blacks, that's the problem. But if you say black people, there's no problem with that. African Americans is also fine. Not everybody is black is more expansive than just African Americans. So I say black people is safe. You can't go wrong with that. If somebody wants to be real picky, then they'll sit up there and tell you, I'm not black, I'm African American. Some people might say, I'm not African American, I'm black. So just say black people and let people get in their feelings, whatever. Rochelle in the Twitter space, Rep Val Demings has been elevated as consideration. Your thoughts? Okay, I say the same thing. I believe that Kamala Harris needs to be VP. As far as Val Demings, and I don't mean this as a pejorative to her. Hey, Mitch, and Raymond, I don't mean this as a pejorative in any way. Just be clear. But I think that we're going to see people try to elevate Val. Again, they play the this black woman, not that black woman game. You know what I'm saying? So I think that people will try to elevate her more, but I think it's coming more so from the Warren space. That's my theory. I don't have any evidence to back that up. I will admit that. But I mean, if you look at the polling, if you look at the credentials, if you look at just the process, the name recognition, the vetting, national profile, things like that, people like to point to, oh, she could deliver Florida. Well, Kamala Harris polled higher in Florida in terms of VP picks. So that doesn't really hold water. But I think that there's always that effort, this black woman, not that black woman, this black woman, not that black woman. But I maintain, I will always say this is my opinion, and I have evidence to back that up, that if it's a merit-based decision, irrespective of race, irrespective of anything, Kamala would be the VP. That's been my position, and that's black or white, Latina, Asian, don't matter. If you go by the best, most qualified person for the job, that's going to be Kamala. But if people want to elevate Val, that's fine. But people need to also be prepared to defend her because, there's always stuff against anybody. And I've seen hit pieces against Val. I do not share them. I don't share hit pieces, really, to be honest, on anybody. If I'm going to drag your ass, I'm going to drag you in my own words. I like Boston Herald has been dragging the shit out of Elizabeth Warren. I haven't been sharing those articles. I can drag you myself. I don't have to sit up there and share hit pieces. But out of respect for Val Demings as a black woman, she's not my pick. But, that's fine if people want to advocate for her. I'm not advocating for her. I'm advocating unequivocally and solely for Kamala Harris, and that's just that. All right, but let's get back to, hey, MacGyver. Let's get back to Amy. Okay, so we have covered the fact that Amy went Lady Olena House Tyrell on Elizabeth Warren's ass. She said, just to recap, if I can't be VP with my 100 bills, then bitch, you can't be VP with your 10 raggedy ass little bills that you passed. I am mad at you, Amy. But let's talk about the impact. Again, there's so many people that talk about uplifting, black woman, sharing the mic. You can take over my Twitter. But they don't want to actually use their capital, their political capital, to advocate for a black woman or a woman of color. Now, Amy did use political capital there. She did use some political capital there because she certainly obviously alienated a lot of the Warrenistas, which I'm going to get to. I'm going to get to them. But, she used her platform, her privilege, her credibility to advocate for something very specific. And absolutely, I give her a lot of credit for that. Now, does she benefit from that? Because, yes, of course, because she gets goodwill from people like me who are like, you know what, good for you, Amy. So it's political capital. You use some, you get some back. That's how all this shit works. It's all calculations involved. But what I and really what she did and why people are so pissed, which I'm gonna get to, is that she made it very, very difficult for Biden to go with a all white ticket. Now she talked to Biden, and I don't know if she said that she was going to. I don't know if she gave him a heads up. I'm going to state this on Lawrence. She doesn't have to. She doesn't answer to him. But she did explain that to him, what she felt. And I appreciate that. So, I lost my damn train of thought again. What the fuck was I talking about? Child, y'all help me out. What was the comments? Slap code. What was I just talking about 5 seconds ago? Somebody help me out. God damn it, I got a text and I got distracted. Child, I might have to change my whole train of thought. I forgot just that quick. See, I need to know. I'm going to ignore my text messages from now on. When I get a message, I'm just going to ignore it. I forgot my whole ass train of thought. I thought I was on to something. Let's see. Anyway, she gave me a heads up. Let's just say that. Let's just go from there. She gave me a heads up, but I don't know to what extent she said she was going to say that. But she didn't have to. She absolutely didn't have to. Political capital. Okay, thank you. Y'all helping me out. She's using her political capital. Okay, that's where I was going to go with. Thank you. Y'all help me. I appreciate y'all for paying attention to me, child. Here's the thing. When a black person says it should be a black woman on the ticket, that's, who cares? Bye. You black. We don't even want to hear what you have to say. When a white woman, like Amy Klobuchar, who ran for president, who got delegates, who finished higher in some cases than even Elizabeth Warren did before she dropped out, when she is in consideration by most accounts, when she says that it should be a woman of color, that carries weight. That changes the conversation. Now, instead of just the black people being asked, well, do you think it should be a woman of color? Because they let her ask every black woman, do you think it should be a woman of color on the ticket? But then they very rarely ask Elizabeth Warren. She's been asked once or twice by my count, versus every interview where the blacks are asked if it should be a woman of color. Now, Amy, as a white woman, coming out and saying it should be a woman of color. Pete Buttigieg also said that a woman of color would send a good message, so shout out to him as well. Now that forces the issue a lot more. That's why you're seeing the despair, the distraught reaction from the Warrenistas. Now, to some points, I'm gonna call out. Could Amy be setting herself up for 2024? Absolutely, because if Joe Biden loses, particularly with a black woman, she could be like, well, I told you to pick her. You know, I stepped aside. I did the right thing. Now I'm going to run my ass again. So that could work out well. It's all politics. It's all political calculations. But again, it's impact. That's what I care about, is the impact. Somebody said, I love your shout out from Joy Reid. Yeah, that was really funny. Amy is using game theory. This is the long game master stroke. Abso-fucking-lutely. But isn't it interesting? Isn't it actually nice for a change that long game and brilliant moves actually coincides with uplifting black people for a fucking change? Isn't that a nice change? That's new. So now I think I've covered Amy. Yes, Amy, appreciate you for driving the point home, elevating the discussion in a way that, as much as I am black and I'm proud, and as much as there were 200, how many hundred black women signed a letter to Joe Biden saying he needs to pick a black woman? As much as black people have been saying it needs to be a woman of color, let's be honest. Amy Klobuchar, as a white woman VP contender, elevates that point a lot more. She adds more credibility to that point a lot more. I didn't need her to have that credibility. I've been saying it. But our society needs that. That's just a fact. So, now let's talk about the reaction. The reaction she has sent to me. Now, I celebrated yesterday. I celebrated because you know what? I went from 50-50 Kamala gets picked to kind of 75-25. Listen, we live in a white supremacist society. And Democrats, I just saw back of the bus primary. I saw it. I see white is right mentality all the time. You still have 100 people, for instance, Warren supporters, signing a letter talking about why you need a white woman to be VP. You still have people framing black people as cosmetics, symbolism. So I'm always going to have a contingency for white supremacy. Now, y'all might think that's harsh for me to call it white supremacy if a black woman isn't picked, but I'm not saying what else it could be. So, because white supremacy has a fucking winning record for the past several centuries, I would be very naive and very stupid if I was ever 100% convinced that the right thing is going to happen as it relates to a black woman or to the black community. That'd be very naive of me. But I will say I celebrated yesterday with this because I knew the impact, and as many other people, I'm going to get to them, knew the impact of Amy's words. That it really makes it that much harder to pick a white woman to be on the ticket. It makes it that much harder for Joe to do that. It really takes away justification. Because when it's just black people saying it, it's black people just want a token. Black people just want a symbolism. But when white people start to say it, and I hope there will be more of you, hop on the winning team. When white people start to say it, particularly white women start to say it, then it hits different. So I celebrate it because I don't know if Joe is going to meet the moment, if he's going to rise to the occasion. I don't vouch for nobody, ever, except for Kamala. I don't know if he's going to meet the moment. I don't know who's in his ear, about him picking a white woman, about him appealing to Bernie supporters. And I might point out that the Mammoth poll that just came out yesterday, I don't live by the polls, I don't die by the polls, but the Mammoth poll came out yesterday and said there's a very short delta between Bernie supporters picking Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris. I know we go to war all the time with the Bernie bros and broettes, the K-Hive and the Bernie bros, but in real life, it's not as drastic in terms of Bernie supporters supporting Elizabeth Warren versus Kamala Harris. So, I don't know if he'll beat the moment, but it made it that much more likely for him to do that. So I celebrated. I had my martini. I got my little kiki. Just information says 22 versus 18%. That's a good number. Bernie supporters 22% for Warren, 18% for Kamala, and they had other, they supported other people, but 22% isn't overwhelming, if you ask me, for the whole rationale supposed to be, well, pick Elizabeth because she will bring in Bernie people. Anyway, so I celebrated that because I don't know if Kamala is going to be picked. Kamala is my pick. If a black woman is selected, that's great, but I'm rooting for Kamala. So I celebrate it because if, again, merit wins, Kamala Harris will be the VP. I might not get that celebration. And I know that if he doesn't pick her, I'm going to have a whole motherfucking parade of people up on my shit ready to key, and I'm going to be like, fuck all y'all. I don't give a damn. And, celebrate. So I celebrated last night. I'm hoping I'll get to celebrate times 10. But if not, I definitely seize that moment. But let's talk about the reaction from people who weren't so happy. Renetta says, I think Joe's going to pick Kamala. He sent Amy out to get people ready. I think that's possible. I definitely think it's possible. Like I said, they talked. We don't know if they agreed for her to say that. But you know, it's definitely possible. Uh, Let me go to some of your comments before I get to the next thing. It's a little delay, I think. Is there a delay with the sound and video? I don't know. It looks like it to me. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Linda, I don't think I shouted you out. Fox is now attacking Kamala's record. They're scared of her. Oh yeah, Kamala's record has been attacked for years. It's been attacked for years. But people are also kind of desensitized to it because they've just it's been overkill. Let's see. I want Kamala to tighten up some of her responses though, particularly when people put shit out there like, oh, you did this, that, and the other, and I feel like she should push back harder. Like, first of all, I did not. Let's be clear about that. I want her to start off her responses that way. Because to me, I think she concedes the point, and I don't think it's her intention to concede the point, but I think she pivots too quickly, reject the premise of the point of the question, and then pivot. That's my advice to Kamala. Because I'm telling you, when people come at me with a question that's already all based, the first time I'm on their ass about the question. First of all, your question is already incorrect in how you frame that. Let's just be clear about that. I don't concede any point ever. You have to work for every. If you gonna come at me about Kamala, I'm gonna make your ass work for every point. I'm gonna make your ass work for how you asking that question. I'm gonna make your ass work for how you make these points. All right, all right, all right. How many white women would be upset that a black woman gets to roll first? I think there will be some white women that will be upset. I think that's the calculation for some people. But as I said before, y'all had 3 chances. Technically 4, to be honest. Because you had Geraldine Ferraro. Did she win? No. Y'all had Sarah Palin. Did she win? No. Y'all had Hillary Clinton. Y'all didn't even vote for Hillary. Black woman, 90 what? Was it 90, 94%, 92%, 98%, some high 90s? Voted for Hillary Clinton to be the first woman president. Y'all had 4 to 5, depending on how you classify Tosi, white woman on in the race. 2 of them were on every ballot, and you don't have a white woman presidential nominee. Why not? If y'all want a white woman to go first, why not? Why y'all vote for a white woman this time? You had multiple options. You had a whole buffet of white women to choose from. Y'all want Elizabeth Warren to be VP so bad. Why y'all ain't vote for her? She didn't even hit the 15% threshold in several states. She never placed above 3rd. She lost 19 out of 19 races. Why y'all ain't vote for Elizabeth if y'all want a white woman to go first? That's going to be my forever question. 12:31 when I type this. I see you, Jose. Kamala's up to 58 cents on the predict market. She's gone up 2 cents the last 2 minutes. I told y'all. What did I tell y'all? Destiny's Child, the writing's on the wall. Don't fight destiny, Joe. Don't fight destiny. Give in to it. Do not snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Don't do it. Y'all, a lot of y'all are agreeing with me. You know, I agree. Reject and pivot. I think this has to do with her not wanting to brag about herself as well. Yes, Kamala, talk your shit. She's gotten a lot better at it. I've seen Kamala say, you know, as only the second black woman U.S. senator, my bill. She's getting a lot better about talking her shit and owning it and leaning into what she's done. I just want her to be more forceful with her pushback. I really want her to do that. And I know she's capable of doing that. And she could do it in a way that's not a huff and puff like Miss Millie ass. She can be cool, calm, and collected. But stop these motherfuckers in their track. That's all I have to say. 94% of black women voted for Hillary. Thank y'all for coming through with the facts. See, I like the K-Hive and people that follow me that are K-Hive. Very informed bunch. I appreciate that because I like to speak out of facts. And fandom, you're right. Says sure, but it's not about bragging about herself. It's about making sure people. I can't get to the rest of that comment, but I think you're saying making sure people know who you're about. That's right, because at the end of the day, the reason why we're seeing an increase in her in her polling is because her name recognition is going up. Her profile is rising. Number one, she doesn't have the same degree. They're still there. They're still there, but she doesn't have the same degree of attacks, and she's getting a much more frequent platform. That was one thing that was missing before. She wasn't frequent enough in terms of her media appearances and all these other things. And I understand, because she was traveling a lot, she was doing these face-to-face activities, whereas now in a digital space, that gives her a lot more latitude to do a lot more things, and she's getting really good at this technology stuff. um so yeah, let's see. Warren got 5% of the black vote in SC. And then she had every blue check under the sun, black blue check in there. You had old boy at the barbershop talking about, oh yeah, we gotta pick her. I guess the barbershop was the only black motherfuckers in goddamn South Carolina that voted for Elizabeth Warren. That barbershop was her 5% right there. Um, Kamala spoke on the convention on Kamala spoke with conviction yesterday, making Juneteenth a national holiday. Kudos. Kamala always speaks with conviction. I just want her to be forceful when it comes to pushing back on her record. But I understand she probably had some advisors or some poll tests or something like that said, maybe, people don't react well to pushing back. But I can tell you particularly how black people view stuff. If somebody asks you a question and you don't reject the question, then they be like, okay, well, it must be true because she didn't even address that. That's a lot of how black people think about it. I can't speak how white people think about it, but I know that's how black people think about it. Pierce said Kamala had a 7-point favorability rise over a month after all the recent appearances. Yes. Ooh, Geraldine. I'm not gonna read that. I'm not gonna read it because I'm gonna drag with some purpose. Happy birthday, Chandra. Y'all say happy birthday to Chandra if you want to Periscope Twitter. Okay, let's get into this reaction, shall. Because I said, okay, it's Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth. That look isn't about Juneteenth, be clear. It's Juneteenth. And y'all motherfuckers is gonna sit up here on Juneteenth and argue that a black woman should not be vice president? Y'all don't see a disconnect there? And you got black people arguing that because they support Elizabeth Warren? How dreadful. That's a disconnect. That's the real disconnect. But I'm going to pull up some receipts. I'm going to deconstruct. That's what the title of this says. Deconstructing. I'm going to go. I have a couple of receipts that I pulled. These are things that I've been tagged in, or these are things that people have said. Let me just respond to some of these. Anna says, except for the facts, 1, withdrawing was unnecessary. 2, she threw shade on Elizabeth Warren. 3, this is none of Amy Klobuchar's business. Number 3 is where I take issue. This is none of Amy Klobuchar's business. Really? Isn't it funny when somebody wants to advocate for women of color, it's not their business? Why not? She's a citizen. She's a civic leader. How come it's not her business, Anna? She should just shut up. Don't advocate for these blackies, Amy. How dare you? That's the message that you sent, Anna. Well, it's her business, all of our business. And you actually, it's peak white privilege, and it's actually why a lot of people don't trust you white progressives, Anna, because when it comes to black shit, it ain't my business, not my problem. And that's the problem with white feminists too. Well, why do we have to talk about black specifically? Shouldn't we just be talking about all women? No, bitch. We talking about black people right now. That's okay. So your slip is showing, Anna. 1000 Watts says, seems like we have a brainy wallflower Experienced destroyer of greed-driven corporations, available to drastically, necessarily level the economic playing field, and the cutthroat pretty prom queens getting handed the gig based in part of her appearance. 2020 is a long year. Woo! Y'all see? 1,000 watts? Shell H Watts. There's a lot of racist shit up in there. 1,000 watts, H Watt. How dare you? See, this is the kind of shit people try to sit up there and be like, oh, you know, K-Hive is this, K-Hive is that. Well, this is why, because of shit like this. Let me deconstruct. Brainy Wallflower. Okay, that's fine. Experienced destroyer of greed-driven corporations. What corporation she destroy? Not Dow. Well, she was representing Dow in bankruptcy proceedings to try to get people out of getting money. Where is she destroying corporations? Name one. Actually, name two, because you said corporations plural. Which corporations has she destroyed? That's a specific claim. I would like a specific answer. Available to drastically, necessarily level the economic playing field. How? What specific legislation has she put forward to do that? She goes after Wall Street, that's fine, but all of the economic inequality is not a result of Wall Street. I would like to know specifically what she's done, accomplished, receipts. Then you turn around and say cutthroat. Kamala Harris is cutthroat and Elizabeth Warren is not. So we haven't seen all these reports about how hated she was in the Obama administration. We ain't seen none of that. Oh, okay. Kamala is a cutthroat one, not Elizabeth Warren. Child. Pretty prom queen. Now, Kamala Harris is beautiful. Kamala Harris is gorgeous. That's why a lot of you booger wolves, you ugmos, dog face looking ass motherfuckers is mad. You're very, very intimidated by Kamala's good looks. Don't hate, congratulate. Kamala is beautiful. Hair always bouncing and behaving. Always got her pearls. Pretty girls wear the pearls. I'm not AK, but pretty girls wear the pearls. Are you saying Elizabeth Warren is ugly though? I'm confused. You don't think Elizabeth Warren is attractive? What looks got to do with it? What looks got to do with it? I don't know why y'all gotta hate on Kamala because she's beautiful. What was that song? Y'all help me out. Don't I'm too sexy for this VP. What the fuck? No, nobody is saying that, dumbass. Was there a song, Don't Hate Me Cause I'm Beautiful, or did I make it up? I feel like it was the 80s had all that little techno shit. Okay. So that's the looks part. All you ugmos mad at Kamala Harris is beautiful. I don't know what to tell you. Go get some counseling. Kamala Harris did not hurt you. Kamala Harris is not the beautiful girl that stole your man. She's not the one. She didn't do that. Carrie Hilson, don't hate me cause I'm beautiful. Right? Do I got the melody right? Don't hate me cause I'm beautiful. Don't hate me cause I'm beautiful. Pretty Girl Rock. Thank you. Alexa, play Pretty Girl Rock. I can't play it on here. They snatch my shit for copyright. But anyway, really. Let's move on to the looks thing. But prom queen, Kamala Harris is a sitting U.S. Senator. Elizabeth Warren is a sitting U.S. Senator. What you trying to say, bitch? Here we go back to the cosmetics. Here we go back to the other shit. But Kamala Harris, in addition to being a sitting U.S. Senator, was also the Attorney General of the largest state in the country, California. She made history doing that. She was also a prosecutor the district attorney of San Francisco, the first black woman, first black person, first South Asian woman. I'm gonna give love to her South Asian roots as well. So Kamala actually has been an elected official since 2014. That's 9 years longer than Elizabeth Warren. And I mean, isn't Kamala like 16 years younger than Elizabeth Warren? And she got 9 years more experience in elected office? Who's the prom queen? Child. But you see how they do us. You see how they do black woman. You have a black woman with a distinguished, trailblazing, historic career with mounds of receipts. I have them. And she's the prom queen, even though she holds the same elected position than your queen. How does that work out? That's white supremacist math. That's white math. White math says prom queen is also sitting U.S. Senator with 16 years elected experience, prom queen, but only senator, is the qualified one. Okay, that's fine. You're racist. People say, well, Warren people don't ever try to make the case that, that they don't do race shit. Oh, they don't? I just read off several things. Well, let's go to Madeline. Amy Klobuchar is being shady to Senator Warren by saying Joe Biden should pick a woman of color, when women of color have been backing Elizabeth Warren. Not all. I'm a woman of color. I don't back Elizabeth Warren. Girl, who you speaking for? The polling has changed, Bill. Where's your evidence for that? I need you to have some facts and evidence and data behind that. But there goes that white math. Here we go with the white math again. Okay. We need someone. And by the way, did we not have a letter signed by, was it 100? Y'all remember this letter, please. Was it 100 a black woman? Or however, it was a lot of black women who came out and said, they had a whole video, they had a whole campaign, and said that Joe Biden needs to pick a black woman to be VP. So let's not go with the white math on who gets the support from women of color. Because last I checked, based on the polls, I don't live by the polls, I don't die by the polls, but last I checked, Kamala Harris was leading with the Latino vote. Kamala Harris was leading with the black vote. Also, yes, Kamala was endorsed by Higher Heights. That's the largest black woman political organization. 100 black women wrote the letter. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's white math, Madeline. Some, you meant to say, some, a few. We need someone who has been working on everything. COVID, civil rights, finance, that's E. Warren. Okay, well, that's Kamala Harris. Isn't Kamala Harris? Let's talk about some of her stuff. The Racial and Ethnic Disparities Task Force. We have Save Our Street Act. We have the Monthly Economic Crisis Support Act. We have all of her advocacy in terms of writing to the different agencies, trying to tackle the immigration crisis and the mistreatment of immigrants and the lack of preparedness for those being detained in ICE facilities, trying to get the early release of offenders, of certain offenders from the prison system, the Bureau of Prisons. Kamala Harris was very instrumental in the CARES Act as well. Thank you, Jordan. Getting additional monies for a Howard University level 1 trauma unit center. DACA work. I'm just talking about COVID right now. But there's many, many, many more things that Kamala Harris has been working on. Okay. Now let's talk about civil rights. What has Warren done for civil rights? Y'all vote Safe Act, thank you. That's another one. What has, yes, yes, that's true as well. What has Warren done for civil rights? I really want to understand that. Y'all really making shit up trying to make her out to be a civil rights leader. That's not been her lane. I know that she had a brilliant marketing team that tried to make her out. I have a plan for that. She has a plan for everything, but her lane has been in finance, more particular in Wall Street banking. That's really been her lane. Civil rights. What civil rights has she been on the forefront of? Just because she went to a BLM protest with her dog Bailey? Now she what? She Rosa Parks? She's been in the Congress since 2013. She's been in the Senate. Where are her civil rights legislation? Let me pull up right now. I'm gonna go to Congress.gov. I'm gonna do it live, and I've looked this up before, but I'm gonna go ahead and see. On y'all work with me too. If y'all can move away from from what's this called it from this video. Follow along with me. Go to Congress.gov, and I want you to do a search on Elizabeth Warren. Okay. And then you can go to, make sure you're in desktop site view. Okay. This is what I got up right now. And then I want you to go to bill type. Oh, wait, I want you to click on sponsored legislation. Sponsored legislation. Probably can't see, sorry. Okay. Then I want you to go to bills. Bills. Okay. Now, I'm going to read off the areas of the bills. Now, mind you, some of these are going to be redundant. Okay, votesmart.org. Okay. Maybe that's another area you can go to, but I'm going to say this. This is congress.gov. I'm going to read off to you the bills. Now, mind you, again, some of these are redundant because sometimes you don't, she's been there since 2013, so she might have introduced the same thing, multiple times in multiple sessions of Congress. But these are her policy areas. Armed Forces and National Security, there's 28 bills. Health, 28 bills. Finance and financial sector, 22 bills. Education, 14. Government operations and politics, 14. Labor and employment, 9. Taxation, 8. Crime and law enforcement, 6. Transportation and public works, 4. Housing and community development, 3. Commerce, 2. Congress, 2. Emergency management, 2. Energy, 2. Immigration, 2. International affairs, 2. Native Americans, 2. Agriculture and food, 1. Economics and public finance, 1. Environmental protection, 1. Families, 1. Foreign trade and international finance, 1. Public lands and natural resources, 1. Social welfare, 1. Sports and recreation, 1. Okay. Did y'all see a whole lot of civil rights acts working there? I mean, maybe something is buried in there. Maybe government operations and politics. Let me click on that. What's in there? Okay. Everything up in here is United States Territorial Relief Act, Anti-Corruption and Public Integrity, National Prisoner of War. This is all ethics stuff. That's not civil rights. Where's the civil rights stuff at? Y'all help me. I'm not seeing it. That's your queen? Yeah, she's not interested in that stuff. I don't see the evidence for it. Must be white math. Anyway, let me go back to this text. Finance. Okay, she has the finance stuff. I will give her that. She does have the finance stuff. Perfect for Secretary of Treasury. That's your lane. That's your emphasis. That's your focus. That's where your interest has mostly been in. I think she'd make a great Secretary of Treasury. But don't sit up there and act like she the only one that's worked on any of this shit. And you know me, I'm Team Kamala all day, every day. But we also, if you want to talk about just black women, because this isn't just about Kamala, it's really an attack and an insult on all black women. You have mayors, Keisha Lance Bottom. She don't work on all this stuff as mayor. So what was you talking about, girl? All right. Anyway, that's Madeline, girl. You were misinformed. Sarah says, let's be clear about who's threatened by Warren and why. You already starting off wrong. She is too old, too white, too Northeastern, too educated, too smart? Question mark. Nope. She's too committed to actually getting it done for people with lower incomes in BIPOC, that's Black, Indigenous People of Color. Your fragility is threatened. Woo, the irony of that tweet. That is so ironic. I'm not advocating for Keisha Lance Bottoms on the ticket. I'm not saying that, be clear. I'm saying Kamala for the ticket. But what I'm saying is that you cannot act like only white women have qualifications when there are black women that have qualifications. Kamala's the most qualified, black or white. Let's be clear. Kamala, Biden, Harris, that's the only thing I'll advocate for. But I will stand up for other black women. Anyways, let's go back to Sarah. She's too committed to actually getting it done for people. Really? Where are the receipts? And I know you didn't throw Indigenous up in there, child. She has, I went to the congress.gov. Y'all followed along with me. She has subject policy area, Native American. There are two bills out of 372. One of them, the first one, came 6 years into her tenure, May 2019, during her presidential campaign. And it says AI/AN captain. I don't know what that means. Okay. That's ignorance on my part. That maybe that has some meaning to the Native American community. Let me see. Okay. American Indian and Alaska Native Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act. Okay. This bill implements requirements concerning child abuse and neglect in Indian tribal communities. Okay. It took her 6 years to do that much for Native Americans. Then this year, after the campaign, March 17th, she introduced the Tribal Medical Supply Stockpile Access Act of 2020. That's good. That must be in response to COVID. That's excellent. But that's your queen? No, man, that's not a commitment. 6 years into it and your first bill comes. Come on now. Your fragility is threatened. If that ain't the pot calling the kettle black. Black. Okay. Let me go to Mara. NV Mara. Senator Warren, depending on how, y'all gonna get a kick out of this. Senator Warren, depending on how far she can trace her ancestry back, could claim to be a woman of color. I'm going to read that again. Senator Warren, depending on how far she can trace her ancestry back, could claim to be a woman of color. Her DNA did help prove her claim that she is Native American. She was serious. Because Chris Evans retweeted this and he said, are you serious? Is this a joke? And she was like, no, it's not a joke. She was dead ass serious. I'm going to leave you with the words of Elizabeth Warren. I am not a person of color. That's what she said. It took her 70 years to get there. But she's now admitted to not being a woman of color. And the Native American community will tell you that DNA tests do not prove ancestry. What's the girl name? Mara. Get it together. And I'm going to close out on this. Frederick. Black blue chick. As someone who built a platform campaigning for representation, I never thought I would say this, but ... Representation is now often being used to distract people from the actual needed change and upholding systemic white supremacy. What? Y'all see how full of shit these black blue checks are? Not all. You created a whole ass platform. Wasn't he the one that did the Wakanda challenge that went viral? You created your whole platform by your own admission on advocating for representation. Representation means hire my black ass to be your black representative. To be your blackie. Send me to the barbershops so I can talk to the other blackies. That's the representation you're fighting for, but not for representation in the White House? Oh, now that's a distraction? Wow. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I can guarantee you this. If Kamala Harris were to withdraw from consideration, you would not see me advocating for a white woman. You wouldn't be doing that. Nope, not going to do that. And I don't have a problem with white women, be clear. But I keep the same energy. So I'm confused as to how you have built your, and I called this out 2 days ago. The people, the black blue checks, the influencers who built an entire fucking industry on why we need black people and how black people are left out of this and black people this, that, and the other. And then they turn around and shield for Miss Millie. It's hypocrisy. You have no credibility. It's actually very appalling and insulting. And you write this shit on Juneteenth. How dare you? Okay, baby, Kamala Harris ain't your pick, but you just gonna dog out all the black women? You've seen the top six. The top six has 4 black women. They're a distraction. Representation is a distraction. That's appalling. That's very appalling. You should not be speaking for black people. You should not be a person that is a voice of black representation, and you are advocating for an all-white ticket, and even worse, calling advocacy for a black person in the White House representation, calling it a distraction. That's offensive. You're canceled. I don't have authority to cancel you, but I'm telling you, you're canceled. Don't listen to these black blue chicks, chill. I hope y'all understanding. But next time these motherfuckers ask for your Patreon, next time they want you to subscribe to their shit, look at the disconnect. You're not really what you say you about. And I don't know how the fuck picking a black woman, a qualified black woman, is upholding white supremacy, but a white woman is not. When the fuck has Elizabeth Warren attacked white supremacy? In fact, she tried to co-opt the Native American identity for 70 motherfucking years. Do y'all not remember that reporting about her time when she was at, was it Pennsylvania? She was at a university, and it said in the article, well, she didn't want to wade into the issues about people of color. She stayed the fuck out of it. Y'all remember that? I remember that article. Somebody pull it up. She didn't want to have no parts of it. She was like, bitch, I got my tenure. I don't give a fuck what y'all doing over there. I don't know. You black motherfuckers want to come work here? Not my problem. I don't see it. I ain't got shit to do with it. But that's what you talking about? It's going to end white supremacy. When has she done it? Ending white supremacy will be stepping the fuck aside and saying you need a woman of color to be the vice presidency. Then I will believe you. But she's not gonna do it. She's not gonna step aside. So y'all gonna continue to make her look like an asshole by dragging black people, black women on Juneteenth. You didn't help her with the 100 Warren supporters for Biden and cosmetics, and y'all keeping that same cosmetic energy. Just hang it up. Just bow gracefully. Just do that. Don't use Juneteenth to denigrate black women. Don't do that. Don't use Juneteenth to make Elizabeth Warren the mascot of black liberation. She's not Shirley Chisholm. She's not Sojourner Truth. She's not Malcolm X. She's not Medgar Evers. She's none of these people. She's not Harriet Tubman. She's not giving us free. Stop it. It's Juneteenth. Do better. Come on, man. Y'all gotta make some sense. Y'all gotta make some sense. Let me read some of these comments before I hop on. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna try to say this. Akono Miyaki fan says if they can't control the black woman, they will try to destroy her. They've been, oh Lord. That's the word. That's the word. If you can't control the black woman, they'll try to destroy her. But we persevere. All skin folk ain't kin folk. Hello. Lisa says, I like Elizabeth Warren and she's done a lot to help America economy, but I agree with you. What has she done specifically though, Lisa? I'm just confused. I would like somebody to explain that to me. Especially if you like her, then you should definitely have something to back that up. I'm not saying she's done nothing. I'm just saying I haven't seen the receipts. I've asked for them. I've looked for them. They're hiding from me. Even when I look, they're hiding. What's her impact? Opportunist, yes. All right, let me see. Fake ass and wire. Who was that about, Shantae? Let's talk about the misogyny targeted at black women by some black men. Yeah, I think I just talked about it. Let's see. Yeah, all right. Listen, y'all. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure out why people have such a disconnect. Why are y'all so vested in this? Okay, Marvel, thank you. You know what I'm referring to. It says she avoided campus crusades over minority women issues. You know the article that I'm referring to. Thank you. Not Fannie Lou Hamer, Ella Baker. Thank you, Patrice. That's all I'm saying. If you wanted to say, you know what? If you wanted to say, well, Elizabeth Warren is an expert in consumer affairs and in banking, and that's all that matters, so she should be VP, I would say, okay, that's your prerogative to do that. But y'all take it too far when you make all these other arguments that ain't fucking accurate. You trying to make her out to be Ida B. Wells. She's not. De Niro says, they fear the black woman because she's going to do what's never been done. Center black woman. Exactly. Exactly. And black people. Oh, okay, you're talking about Fred. Okay, I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know him like that. We need the Okonomiyaki fan. We need anti-Trump ticket, and that's not to old white people. Hello? Rise to the moment. Meet the moment, Joe. Sinelli says, I just want to take a second to say thank you for offering your perspective and your expertise with us. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I really do. All right, y'all. I've gone through all the comments. I'm sorry I read everything. Jackie, still in that quote. Yes, it's a good quote. I like that one. I don't know if you made it up. What's the name again? Okono Miyaki fan. I don't know if you made it up, but that was a good quote. I said it right. Okay, good. So, I don't know if people still showing their ass, but I had to hop on early. to address all the bullshit. Y'all seen the receipts that I have. And I just want y'all to be honest. Just be honest. Just say, I want a white ticket. I want a white woman to be vice president. Fuck y'all black motherfuckers out there. It ain't your time. Wait your black ass turn. Because it ain't it this time, bitch. Because we need to have Elizabeth Warren be our motherfucking queen. We need a white ticket because whoever's the VP is going to be the most likely the presidential nominee in 2024. So we need a white woman to be the first VP, white woman, and we need a white woman to be the first woman president. And that's how we want this born. Just be fucking honest. I've said we need representation. I've been transparent about that. I've said that she's the most qualified, but one of the biggest things for me is we need representation. Why don't you say, I feel personally represented by Elizabeth Warren because I'm a white woman? I wouldn't even been bad at you. Like, well, you know, that's fine. That's your opinion. We know that. Just say it with your chest. But don't sit up there and motherfucking make her out to be the goddamn motherfucking Harriet Tubman. Don't do that now. Angela Davis. Don't do that. Just be honest. That's all I'm asking. All right, y'all. I'm about to hop off on this thing. I'm enjoying my holiday, my vacation day, Juneteenth. Suzanne, I'm gonna read this comment. You can call it that, keeping it real, but I can call that out because in my opinion it's BS. It's more sure a black woman, just not that black woman. Exactly. I see all through all that bullshit. And the last thing I say is I think people who think that Warren is in on this whole thing with Amy, that's delusional. That's delusional. Come on now. Y'all know. That ain't what's happening. Amy went rogue. Melanie, enjoy going to find some soul food for lunch. Have a good soul food lunch, yeah. I had some nice fried catfish last night. A martini to pre-celebrate, what you call it, but I'm definitely going to find some more soul food today. So y'all, get you some soul food. Let your soul glow. I'm going to find me some black movies to watch today. And I'm gonna chill. And I don't think I'm gonna be back at 5, y'all. So y'all gonna have to catch me on Monday at 5 p.m. And I will holler at y'all later. Happy Juneteenth, y'all. Stay up.